The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien.
Back together again.
Back together again. It's a beautiful thing, man. No doubt about it. And you talk about a bucking bronco here, back in the saddle. Volatility in spades.
Man.
And right now, folks, market-wise, you get the Dow up 211, Nasdaq's up 61, S&Ps are up 30. You get the gold up 26. Now, that's after gold had already been up about $70. Silver disconnect, down at $1.45. Oil has got smoked, and now it's flat at 81. And if you, we don't expect you to be on the charts all night long, folks, but last night, was that wild or what?
Absolutely. You know, I sat down, I had a couple of emails that I was responding to from some of my subscribers.
Yes.
You know, I was taking a look at a couple of stocks that they were in, and they were looking for some buy points, and
yes.
And I had all the charts up on my screen anyways,
right.
Primarily because when I did the show yesterday,
okay.
I was showing folks the yen setup. So I wore my yen shirt again yesterday,
right.
You know, showed the price point, and just as I was responding to one of the emails, the yen came in and boom, hit it right there. And that was about 11 o'clock, so I was in the trade,
okay.
you know, at that stage, but I was looking at the screens. We had the Shanghai was down about 1,500 points, right?
Hang Seng,
1,500 points. You know, Korea was down 6 or 7%.
Yeah, and they stopped trading in Korea.
Yeah. We were our market was down about 240 or something like that at the time. In the Dow.
You're glad you weren't up last night, folks. That's the bottom line.
You know what was crazy was, I spent time then trying to dig into, because the currency piece of it is such a big element. So I went back through all the currency pairs, even currency pairs that don't trade, just simply trying to see where's the disconnect. What was the cause of the liquidation that was going on? Who needed the money? You know, what was really being
because it's selling.
Because I figured there would also be some kind of indication, some type of trigger, some piece of information, inside the currency.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm with you.
And the yen was coming down to the level where it needed to be in an orderly fashion.
Right. Amazing. And, what you had here, folks, so let's just go overseas for a second, because this morning in Europe, it was just as intense. You had the FTSE right now is down 0.3. The DAX is off 1.3. And that may seem like a lot, but it's not even close, folks. What you had is that the DAX was down almost 7%. Now, you want to keep your eye on the DAX, specifically because what had happened is this. If you remember last week when Steve and I were on, the DAX had, basically a crash. It was a flash crash. And these flash crashes are important, folks. The reason being is that they saved it one day, but the bottom line is came tumbling down. It came tumbling down in a big way. Now, you know what I did this morning? Well, actually, early this morning, I was looking at the DAX. So check this out, folks. We talk about weighting structures inside them, and the DAX is a funny deal because the weighting structure is skewed in a huge way. And this morning, so I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, okay, one of the real laggards inside the DAX happened to be Bayer.
Okay.
Now, Bayer, folks, is a monster company. It's a drug company. It's a chemical company. It has it all. And so I'm looking at that and I'm saying to myself, well, hold it, man. This thing looks like it's going to bounce. Not only bounce, but at those lower levels, it was pushing about a 4.7% dividend.
Okay.
It was 3.8 a couple of days ago, but the reality is, of course, what ends up happening is that when you get nailed so heavily, the percentage goes up. I start looking at it, and sure enough, that baby just started coming back, and it's going to get interesting here watching this shake out because the DAX. If we put up the DAX right now and we look at it, this is what you have. We hit a low out here today of 5,500.
Yeah.
It's at 58.56 right now. That's a big number.
Yeah.
Now, folks, that number, so check this out. If you don't, depending on how long you're in the marketplace, you hear folks all the time saying, you don't have to worry about markets going down, markets go up forever. Well, the bottom line is that if you're ever in the DAX, The DAX went from 7,500 to 5,500 without breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, without breathing.
Didn't let anybody out.
And, oh my God.
You know, didn't let anybody out. Came all the way back to August of 09's highs.
Yeah, to August of 09's highs.
Yeah, August of 09. Yeah. All the way back there.
Pretty sick,
no
doubt about it.
And really, in a period of 3 or 4 days.
Yes.
3 or 4 days.
No.
All the way back to the highs of August of 09,
And
folks.
that's important to understand, because the bottom line is that, you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And if you think it's never going to happen again, well, this is going to give everyone another heads up. We'll see how long the heads up is for. Now, you know what's happening this afternoon? Okay, so check this out, folks, because this is, this volatility is not over in the marketplace. I mean, this whole thing has just started and it's not over. Because what we have now is at 2:15.
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
Good old Uncle Ben is going to be coming out, and you can imagine these bureaucrats right now. These bureaucrats are scratching their head thinking, okay, what can we do? What is going on? Specifically, what I mean by that is that the last get-go down, you had Bear Stearns that was imploding.
Right.
You had Lehman Brothers that was imploding.
Right.
What they're trying to keep under wraps here is that good old Bank of America is imploding.
Yeah.
And what they're the thing that's interesting here is that, of course, S&P downgraded the debt of the U.S. Treasury, our debt. But the reality is that when I was walking this morning, right, and I was thinking Bank of America. I says, man, when you think of that name, okay, that name is done. That name is done. I don't know what's gonna, how it's gonna shake out, but that name is done. Because he made a crucial mistake, and this is where, folks, if you were, the mistake that Monahan made is that he could have raised more money when BAC was at $20.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you're trading at $7. Let's see what it is right now. Is it $6 last night? $6.83 or something? Yeah, it's $6.82 right now. He had a chance to raise more money. He didn't raise more money. Huge problem. And because if you don't have cash, folks, in the banking sector, it's perception.
Yeah.
And I think plenty of people know that BAC doesn't have any money.
So we have the downgrade, right, of the U.S. Treasury.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Securities. And what happens yesterday? Market is, going down big time across the world.
Yes.
Right. And what are people piling into?
Treasuries.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, folks, if so you've got to be careful to what it is that you're listening to, and the hype, the stuff that they're trying to feed you,
right?
On all the media outlets out there, because because all the blame right now is pointed towards the S&P.
Well,
a downgrade of the debt. So if your debt was downgraded, it is a total disconnect that you have people across the world. It's a total disconnect for me. Maybe it's not for you, but for me, it's a disconnect that everybody's going to pile in to what was just downgraded.
You know what cracks me up?
Would you do that? Would you do that, folks?
Well, this is what cracks me up, okay? You hear everyone blaming everyone for this deal.
Yeah.
The bottom line is that we went up with no volume. There's no demand. This is a joke.
Yeah.
So there's not a, one party, one person it's not there. It's unrealistic. And all this is, folks, what is absolutely mind blower. What you have is you've had distribution and huge amounts in the bottom line, and then the bids are gone.
And now the markdown.
And the bids are gone. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. And so so Tom's saying, okay, we went up on no volume. Absolutely. What we went up on was a liquidity event. If you really think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because QE2, if you go back to August of 2010.
That's right.
All right. And the market was up 200 or 300 points that day after, Uncle Ben's announcement.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And the market really never looked back.
Right.
Okay?
That's right.
If you were short, the only thing that let you out were your stops.
Right.
Otherwise, you were in real trouble. And it was a liquidity event. And really what's transpired here in the last week, or since July 27th, if you will, has been a liquidity event.
Yeah,
but last night I was trying to figure out, connect the dots. Well, something's not making sense. Well, unless you had, except from the standpoint that it's a markdown.
Well,
it's a markdown. And we come all the way back to August 2010.
And the broker deals and the hedge funds leveraged up again. They just leverage up. And as you leverage up, folks, the bottom line is that it only has to come back 3 or 4%. Never mind coming back at 12 and 13%. And
Absolutely.
it's done. It's
Absolutely.
over.
Yeah.
So I know. Now tomorrow you have a.
Tomorrow's is my I do a webcast for my subscribers every other week.
Okay.
And it's a 30 to 50 minute webcast. It's from about 3 to about 10 minutes to 4. So before you come on the air. And there, what we're taking a look at, folks, is we take a look at my whole process is really a study in probabilities.
Right.
What I do every other week is take a look at the different astro events that are out there.
Right.
Typically the ones that, and so much more than the new moon, full moon cycles. That's a part of it.
Right.
But it's really what other aspects out there that simply have an impact on the market, seem to have some type of correlation. Why, we don't know. And what I do, folks, I invested a ton of money in being able to take the ephemeris, which tells you all the planetary positions, and we take a look at basically 5 primary planetary positions, 120 degrees, 90 degrees, 0, 180, and so forth.
Okay.
And what I'm able to do, folks, I'm able to take that data and overlay it on my charts.
Right.
And then I go back to the charts and able to take a look at whether or not, was it a swing high or swing low?
Right.
What happened? And
which is neat.
And the prior Wednesday, I came across an aspect that I had never investigated, that most people that I know of. I haven't seen anybody out there.
Okay.
And what was crazy was I was in the office Tuesday night preparing for it, and I saw this, and I only wish now that I had spent even more time going back to try to understand it, because it's a real important one, because I spent the entire weekend going back and doing a study on a daily basis back to the Dow from 1928 forward.
Wow.
64 of these events to really understand if there was a probability edge, because it's really all about an edge. I mean, we're not going to have the edge
and
that the big broker did. That's right. That the big broker did. But we can have. There's plenty of other information that's on it. So that's what really tomorrow's all about. That's what my subscribers get. They go back, they can take a look at it, and they can use that information to make their own decisions. I mean, that's what part of what we're really trying to do is empower others,
big time,
to be able to, because we're trying to be as involved with them as we can.
Right.
But they still, have to be able to go back and
it's their money, it's their bread. That's right, no doubt.
Yeah.
Now, and next Wednesday, folks, what are you doing next Wednesday?
So next Wednesday, I'm doing a free webinar from 6:30 to 7.
Okay.
And all folks need to do is go to the homepage of TFNN.
Yes.
And all I have to do is, and it's under breaking news, they can click on the webinar that we're going to do, and so it's just giving your name and an email address, and they're in.
Yes.
And there I'm going to be focusing on the probability aspects of how to enter a trade. So we'll take a look at some stocks. Maybe we'll take a look at currency pair. We'll take a look at some ETFs. But what it is that they need to use from a toolbox standpoint in order to be able to enter some trades. Some of it may just be some questions that have been sent to me by different listeners and subscribers, and we'll just go back and say, here's how I would have analyzed it and why. And it's something that every trader needs. So it's a great 30 minutes, folks.
Yeah, folks, and if you've never been to one of Steve's workshops, just go over there. It's free. Next Wednesday, 6:30. You can go to TFNN right now, sign up under breaking news. He does outstanding webinars. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We get the Dow up 182, NASDAQ up 60, S&P's up 28. And of course, folks thought they'd never see green again. Isn't that how the market works, though?
It is.
We're going to be right back, folks.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, and don't forget to grab that popcorn, folks, and join Steve and myself on Channel 1 at Tiger TV. And, you just heard this segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. And, folks, if you haven't come into our Great Panther Silver giveaway, well, you have until Labor Day. Each and every Monday through Friday, we give 1 ounce of silver away, absolutely free, and it's a beautiful thing. Today, we get our winner, Blair Angus from Ottawa, Canada.
Cool.
Hey, Blair, thanks so much, man. Oh, he's gone. Okay, so he had a run off to work probably. But we do want to thank Blair for getting in the contest. And
yeah, it's great, and the coins are so nice.
They're beautiful, folks. They are absolutely gorgeous.
I like Silver Eagles.
Right.
But these coins are, these coins are absolutely gorgeous coins.
Yeah, he did a great job. And of course, when you're doing coins, folks, it has to do with the strike. You know, how the strike gets done, how the mold gets done, and Bob Archer, who's the CEO of Great Panther, he did a great job. No doubt.
Hey, and then what a great way to start your day with, $40 or so. And when Uncle Ben, when Uncle Ben comes out at 2:15,
right?
All right. You leaning towards any thoughts with regard to what he might either say or do, or maybe it's none of those. It's just the way that the media is going to go ahead and interpret it, right? It's
I figure that what's going to happen is that it's going to be some kind of a shock to the system. The reason I'm saying that is this: is that if I've learned anything in the marketplace, we told the story about it was David White when we were on
Friday.
And when it happened, folks, and in the 1998 debacle on the way down, I at that point was on the air at 3 in the afternoon, and there would be 3 of us, and we'd be trading the markets live
cool.
every day. And what ended up happening is that at 3:15, Robert Rubin came on and Alan Greenspan, and they went down on the interest rates by 2%.
Yeah.
That second. Well, that second, folks, okay, the market was down 200 or 300 and ended up going up 200 or 300.
Yeah.
So that was an absolute shock, and you know, it was just absolutely amazing. And the bottom line is that I was hitting the keyboard as fast as I could, and you know, but even hitting it that fast, I still probably took down at least about $30,000 that it took me for. Now, I had already been up about $250,000 because what ended up happening is that the downdraft was so bad, so it wasn't the end of the world and we were clean, but I was like, you got to be kidding me. What? And I'm screaming, this ain't fair, this ain't fair. I'm saying, no, I'm not kidding, not kidding. Think about that, bro. I used to say to myself, oh my God, so naive.
Yeah, yeah.
And my point, you know, because it's interesting after seeing this many downdrafts through the years, and I actually brought this up last week too, you know, and what's so wild about this, you have, you know, plenty of people saying, hey, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. What you have to get your head wrapped around is that if, in fact, the Fed didn't back up these institutions, there'd be people on the street. We might all be on the street. That's the bottom line. Well, and that's something you got to remember.
Yeah.
You know. So,
well, what the heck's going on over in London?
Oh, you know.
In London town, I mean, that's so you want to talk about a heads up.
That's, you know, isn't that a disconnect in your own head?
Yeah.
In my head, it's an absolute disconnect. Like
especially in London.
Well, the reason being is that you don't think of London, of big cities, of poor people, of people that are frustrated. You know, when I think of London, and this is, you know, basically a tourist, you know, if I'm doing business over there, I was always going to Knightsbridge. You know, I had done a lot of business over there in the 80s, you know what I mean? So, I was
pretty structured, real respectful. You know what I mean?
That's but you know what? But it's just like any other city. And, you know, the bottom line is that, you know, if socially folks are hurting,
which they are,
all it takes is a spark. And what that spark is, you know.
Yeah, now, so, you know, I've only heard actually it was probably about 4 or 5 this morning when I really, you know, was watching Asia Squawk Box or whatever I was watching, you know, and they were showing a little bit of some live shots and the fires and everything, and you know, and so what wasn't really zooming in, but they were talking about it being so much for, you know, the youth group, if you will.
Oh, of course it's going to be.
Right.
Remember when you were young, how crazy you were? Forget it. When we're young, you're out of your mind.
No, so you know, so you kind of. For me, because of, you know, I've got one daughter that's she's back up moving into to school today.
Yes.
You know, another one over the weekend.
Okay.
And so I have that youth group, if you will.
Right.
And I have conversations with them.
Right.
You know, try to inspire them.
Sure.
You know, good dad stuff, if you will.
Right.
But you think about it, you know, here in Florida, so I've got kids in 3 schools. Each of them have about 40,000 students.
Right.
Just from those schools, there's 30,000 students per year graduating that likely don't have jobs. You multiply that across the country and the colleges that we have here.
That's intense.
Without having jobs, you know, to put it in perspective.
It's intense. You stay right there, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We're going to get coming right back.
Volatility is key to any active trader's success. In today's market, volatility is king, and Tom O'Brien has been capitalizing on this market in both of his newsletters. For a brief 10-day period, we're opening up a 2-week free trial to both of Tom's newsletters to all listeners. Now is the perfect time to see how Tom uses volume analysis to capitalize on this trader's market with epic volatility on a daily basis. From now till August 10th only, you can sign up for a free trial to Tom O'Brien's newsletters, Market Insights, and the Gold Report, even if you've had a trial subscription previously. Usually this offer is only open to new customers, but we're so excited about the current market and the opportunities presented that we're opening up this offer to all returning customers as well for 10 days only. As a trader, now is the perfect time to act. Log on to tfnn.com today and you'll see a link directly on the front page for your 2-week free trial. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind opportunity in this one-of-a-kind market. Act today.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
We have Earl Bush on the line, the winner of today's Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway from Palm Harbor. Earl Bush, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. So your day, I assume, is made now that you've heard that you've won a great silver coin?
Oh, yeah. Probably the best trade I made all week.
All right. Well, that's great. You've been a listener to TFNN. You're familiar with TFNN.com and Tom O'Brien, all that good stuff?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a dinner, and I'm into this every day.
Starting Tuesday, June 21st through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Right now, you get the Dow up 2.1%. You get the S&Ps up 2.7%. The composite is up 3.2%. We have
Brazil's up too, nice, huh?
Brazil
almost 4%.
Yeah, well, they're gonna need it, man. Yeah, they're gonna need it because they've got hammered, no doubt. Gold, folks, is up 17.80 right now, and silver is down $1.60. And if you want to see this correlation-wise, what you have is this. So picture this: you get gold up 1%, and silver is down 4.7%. Now, gold had been a lot higher, but it's given it up. And you can expect, I expect it's going to give the whole thing up. We were at 1780.
Yeah, 1780 at 5:30 this morning.
Right. And what's interesting here is that, so watch this, folks, which is really unusual, that gold and platinum were at the same price.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense.
That is.
That's pretty intense.
Oh, my goodness.
And the last time that actually happened, folks, was in the last downdraft when they took everything south.
Yeah.
That was the last time that happened. Because what the difference is this. So the difference is that platinum is more precious and it's harder to mine, but platinum has an industrial use.
Yeah.
And so if the car market slows down, bottom line, platinum slows down.
Sure.
And, so it's interesting watching how this has been shaken out here, no doubt.
Yeah.
Now silver, I thought, which yesterday was screaming that it couldn't do it.
Yeah. So you know, if you think that Ben's coming out and there's going to be some kind of right, some kind of jolt,
right?
You know, which so far the only way that the markets have really gone up, is through a liquidity event.
That's right.
Right, and liquidity in the markets.
That's right.
Gold has gone up irregardless of the liquidity.
That's right. That's right. And that's a disconnect from last time too.
It is.
Because what happened, folks, is that everyone thought, and they use that word safe, and there's no such thing in the market as safe. They were piling in at 1,088 when the debacle happened in 2008, and yet gold went straight down from 1,088 to 688, and that put a shock in a huge amount of gold people.
Yeah,
absolute shock.
Yeah.
I mean, they were still. There's many folks that are still in shock right now that the gold stocks aren't higher. I don't blame them either, But the bottom line, they're not.
So silver, you think maybe we're at that? We've been building this sideways cause here, really going back to July 13th.
That's right.
We've been trading right above that the high that we established there. So I think, folks, that's the first place where you want to really take a look at silver as it comes down, because it's just been going sideways since July 13th. So,
yeah.
Almost a month worth of trading days.
Right. And I think, the first leg down on silver was nasty.
Oh,
and it was like, okay, is that going to be A to B equals C to D? I don't think it is.
Yeah.
The reason is that, we're at 37. Silver, yes, can absolutely go to 32, 35, that swing point. But every time it's been down there, it dies on volume. So if it dies on volume, that's going to be the buy. And then that's going to be sweet, because the top side of that is 42, and that's a big move in silver. Because silver, folks, is $5,000 a point.
Yeah. Now, what I'm pulling up on the screen here is the yen trade. Okay. And so, you and I talked about it. I think we talked about it in the show.
Yeah, we did.
Not on, certainly on the office on Friday.
Right.
And talked about how in the case
you get
of
another
yen,
shot.
Yeah. We get and which and Tom's is the master at teaching us about how to buy breakouts. And in this case here, when you take a look at the yen, you didn't have to know anything about an intervention or anything. You did have to understand maybe what a wide range bar meant.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
And so that's where and in trading currency, you don't really know volume, but you do know the power of the move just simply by taking a look at the bars.
That's right.
And folks, if you pull up the U.S. dollar Japanese yen, you can see intervention came in, and I've got just a 30-minute chart up, but it came in sometime around 11 o'clock at night, and the price where it came in was right at the $77 level. Well, we've got a great Gartley pattern. 2.618 to 786, and everything that you needed, and the bars coming down there were small.
Unbelievable. Listen, folks, you stay right there, and don't forget, you can sign up for Steve's workshop, free workshop, next Wednesday night under Breaking News at TFNN. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real Money Masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we waited at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow up 179, NASDAQ up 67, S&Ps are up 30. We were just talking about, you see, the wild card out here today, folks, is going to be the statement at 2:15 by the Fed. What is it going to be?
Yeah.
And, Steve and I were just talking, and I said, one of the things that could happen, now this would be really bizarre if it happened, but let me tell you something. This would throw the market, I think that it would push the market up pretty dramatically, and this is what it would be. See, the Fed only started paying interest on all the banks' money about 2.5 years ago, and that's insane, okay? And that's one of the reasons that the banks won't lend.
Yeah.
They don't have to lend, okay? You get excess reserves, it's there. And the excess reserves are a joke because the Fed puts them out, lets the bank bring them back, and then pays them.
Yeah.
So, if in fact, because what Steve and I were actually talking about, we were talking about the yen. Steve was talking about the yen, I was talking about gold. I'm saying to myself, man, okay, so I'm thinking gold's going to pull back, silver's already pulled back, but yet if he comes out and releases the money again, well, the commodities are going to go to the moon again. There's no doubt about it.
That's right, and I recognize that. That is the danger of the yen setup.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you've got a weaker dollar, what typically happens, you've got a stronger yen.
Right.
And the yen can't afford to get any stronger.
No.
You've got the finance ministers, Bank of Japan.
That's
you've got everybody, and to a certain extent, folks, when you consider how much it is that we import for all the technology that we use from Japan, it's, that's why we really are at one of these tipping points, if you will.
Big time.
And figuring out how we're going to navigate through this.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So my take would go like this. So watch this, folks. This is pretty intense. If, in fact, Bernanke comes out and says, you know what, we're going to stop paying interest to the banks on their reserves, and we're going to kick the banks out, and what we're doing simultaneously is saying, the banks, you're going to lend the money, and they're going to penalize them for keeping cash.
Yeah.
Just like the banks, see what the banks have done, the banks are penalizing large customers for keeping cash, just like Bank of New York.
They are. Absolutely.
So
charging them money.
The move by the Fed would be to penalize the banks for keeping cash and push it out into the system. And if that is fact what happens, you'll see this market go to the moon in about 2 seconds flat. Now, it's still a counter-trend bounce, but the bottom line, Bob, boom!
Yeah, and a big counter-trend bounce. I mean, just even the dead cat bounce from here, and that's the first place, one of the first places that we're watching.
Right.
If we get the market to move up from here.
To do it. Now, it's going to be bizarre, folks. So check this out. You had this huge downdraft, but what also happens is this. Is that this bounce will be so good that folks will think that no, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's gonna. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going to make this happen.
Yeah.
But that's how markets go. I mean, you'll see. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, man.
It's one of the options. You know, that's for sure.
Yeah, totally.
Yesterday I was, all day looking at, my subscribers knew there were a couple areas that I was looking at because Sunday night I sent out a, an update and said, okay, here's what we're looking at. And if we get here, this is what we're looking at to be some support. We'll go ahead and enter in. And I don't know, it must have been about 2 o'clock or so. I was looking all day, watching. Finally, just simply sent out a email and said, now we're going to take the trade offer today. Or what have you. And I was watching the markets and watch it just push through. Well, when David came in to do his show, he was the one that was telling me that at the same time I was sending out the email saying, okay, nope, the way that this reacted, forget it. He was one telling me that, our president came on the air to supposedly, put a big hug around us, but instead of being a hug, apparently was the market took a look at it as a noose around the neck, or something, which just sent the. So hopefully Uncle Ben can do a little bit better job, in whatever message it is.
He's got the money tools. I mean, he's got the leverage. That's what it really comes down to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now for me, and in a lot of the cycle work that I do. I'm taking a look at the full moon that we've got coming in on the weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Ow!
And what we typically, my subscribers know the percentage is when the market is pulling down into that, there are percentage chance of wins.
Okay.
And so
are they good?
They are really good.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
They're really good. Now. A little bit different if we're moving up into a full moon,
but that's
which is
all right.
what we've got going.
But
here,
watch, hold it. We're only on Tuesday. It's only Tuesday.
Okay.
We can go up today. We can go up tomorrow. You can stop pulling back Thursday and pull back Friday. Everyone goes and then that's that's the setup.
And the full moon thing, I can carry over till Monday, even though it's coming on Saturday. So
that's good. That's good. Hey, listen. And listen, folks, don't forget, if you want to test drive either my daily newsletter, Market Insights, you can do that for 2 weeks absolutely free. You can test drive the Gold Report for a month. And if you haven't been in the Tiger's Den, folks, come on in the Tiger's Den. Now, bottom line, you can test drive that for 1 full month.
Now, yesterday you did a 5-hour workshop. Yesterday,
I did.
How's doing a 5-hour workshop over the?
It was great. It was great. It was a great day to do it. I mean, there was a big action. And what happens is that what does happen when the market's opened, I don't want people to day trade because the reality is that that's a whole different technique. Period. Okay.
Absolutely.
But what does happen is that when you're teaching as to how swing points are talking and walking. You can get that information clean. It's coming at you. It's real information. And they all work the same, folks. What ends up happening is this, whether it's a 10-minute, hour, half-hour, daily, weekly, monthly, what is a mind blower, they absolutely work the same. And, what you don't ever want to do, though, is, work off a 10-minute and you're trading an hour or a daily trading.
That's right. You got to stay within the patterns, that you're looking at.
Big time.
So we didn't, because you were so focused, as we both are, we're got these nice offices, but it seems like there's too much traffic between your door and my door. So Sunday, we just briefly talked about the golf tournament, the WGC.
Oh yeah,
the Bridgestone golf tournament.
Oh, wasn't that cool?
And so folks, I don't know, whether you, and you don't necessarily even have to be a golfer,
right?
And it's Sunday evenings. Most people are getting ready. Maybe they're going to watch 60 Minutes, maybe, or just have dinner, what have you.
That's right.
The end of the tournament, and it was Tiger Woods' first golf tournament back after his supposed injury, that he had, and he had fired his caddy Steve Williams. I guess,
and that was his lifetime caddy, right?
Not his lifetime. His first caddy was Fluff Collins.
Okay.
Who is now Jim Furyk's caddy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, when and Fluff took him from when he was a youngster, when Tiger was a youngster.
Yes.
And then when he let Fluff go, there wasn't as. Anyways, when we come back, folks, maybe we'll talk just quickly about it because.
Oh no, we want
because Steve's caddy threw down the gauntlet to Tiger.
He did, and he's a winner. He's a winner, man.
Absolutely.
This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. The Dow's up 220, Nasdaq up 73, S&P's up 29. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Rand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to thefrontoftfnn.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, folks. So you stay right there too, because we got a great Tuesday coming up. That's right. Our man Steve Rhodes is going to be coming back with you from the 11 to 12 o'clock time frame. Don Kaufman, our option strategist from TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, is coming up from 12 to 1. So we get some great programming for you. And, of course, then this afternoon, we're coming right back at you at 3 in the afternoon. So Steve Williams.
Yeah, so, he was a caddy for Tigers, and,
yes.
and maybe about, I don't know how many wins, 40 wins, something like that.
Yeah, big numbers.
With Tiger. And look, golf is absolutely 100% a mental game. You know, and Tiger Woods is actually the perfect example of it.
Right.
Because here's a guy that, you know, simply was the best golfer in the world, has put more hours into his golf game than most everybody else, and when his head got whacked, if you will, okay, got off.
That's right.
You can see how hard it has been. You can't tell me that, you know, that it is some other, you know, aspect of his golf game that is what's keeping him from, you know, it's what's in his mind.
Yeah.
Totally in his head. Now, the caddy can play a real big role because that's a person that's going to be able to give you the confidence, especially when you're in between clubs. Right. And oftentimes you're in between clubs or what have you. Okay. So, you know, no question that he's a good caddy. Right. Now, when he was kicked off Tiger's bag, you know, he certainly was hurt by it. Right. And so now he hooked up with Adam Scott. Yes. You know, an Australian, so they got a couple of guys from down under. Right. And this was the first.
Steve's from New Zealand,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I believe this was the first tournament that he was on his bag.
It was, yeah.
You know, and Adams won maybe like 7, 8 tournaments. Okay. But he really has been in many, many more, and just hasn't had the head game to win those. Yeah. Okay. So it was really interesting to watch them coming down the stretch. Right. And, you know, and the interaction that they had. But bottom line was, you know, when they won, what was interesting is the commentators really wanted to go after Steve Williams and interview him as much as Adam Scott.
On the 18th green, folks, they're going, Steve. And, you know, it was like, oh, you want this other kid to get all the recognition, too. Do you know what I mean?
That's right. You know, and what he said, and you can kind of understand it, you know, because he was living at this level. Yes. All right? Right. And got knocked down from that level. Right. And then what he said was it was the best win of his life, of his career.
33 years.
Yeah, that's right.
33 years.
You know, the best win.
Giving it to Tiger, big
Absolutely.
time.
Which would be great for golf. Because, look, you know, Tiger's got great mind control. And so, you know, there's only a period of time before he totally gets his focus back. Because he believes, and you've got to have a belief system, folks. Right. So he believes he can beat Jack Nicklaus's records. He's not willing to give up on that. Right. You know, he's had some trouble. It takes a while to get through those, you know, trouble times.
And wasn't it cool what Williams said, folks? And this is what Steve and I, we talk about this a lot. You know, like, okay, Great Panther Silver, if someone picks it out, yeah, you can win. But if you want to win, you need a strategy.
Yeah, it is.
There's no two ways about it. And I loved what he said. I was thinking about this morning when I was walking, actually, because what he was talking about is not only golf. He says, just like when I'm racing, so he races cars also, I want to win. Yeah, and you have to want to win. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
and you have to go for the kill.
And he's comfortable being out in front. Right. You know, comfortable with being the lead. Just like when Secretariat won the Triple Crown. When Secretariat won the Triple Crown, okay, because Secretariat was a horse, you know, coming from the back of the pack. Right. Okay, and on the when Secretariat won the Triple Crown, it was out front and never looked back. Right.
And so when you visualize it, folks, you want to visualize yourself in those winning positions. Yeah, that's the bottom line.
You've got to, you know, because you know the game that we're playing here with our money, it's not a game of chance. It's a game of probability. Right. And from my standpoint, from Tom's standpoint, it's all a game of probability. Right.
No doubt.
But that probability,
it's a big head game. Yeah.
Yeah. You then have to be able to have what's inside you. Right. You know, the courage to go ahead and then pull the trigger. And you have to be able to willing to accept loss. Yep. And move on.
And move on. No doubt.
Because there's another trade, there's another day. We just want to be breathing. We want to be above the ground.
That's right.
And then we got another chance.
Listen, folks, thanks for being here. Don't forget, you stay right there. We got that man Steve Rhodes coming up next. Don Kaufman, it's Tiger Channel 1, folks. Please tell all your friends. We really do appreciate you being here. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Cooking, brother.